be like a fucking dude in a cactus, and he's like swinging a snake. Maybe he's like trying to beat off a bird, you know?
And all those terms were so sexual.
And welcome to another episode of Peak. Hey, how you doing? Let's get baked. I'd like to introduce my co-host, the very funny, the amazing, the illustrious JP Noda.
What's up, y'all?
It feels good to be back. We took a little break, Christmas and such, and then one of us got sick and then found out it was a cold, and then I got sick and found out it was a cold, and the whole time we thought it was Rona. Turns out we're just a bunch of fucking losers who turn into children when we get sick.
Dude, it took me like 4 days to get a test result back.
Oh, yeah.
It was
yeah,
so
yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
So
I was sitting there worried.
Oh, yeah.
Just sitting there, just like sweating my ass off and just like, I'm going to fucking
My
die.
nose was a little bit stuffy, and I was like, I'm going to die.
That's it.
This is it.
Marion got me,
Yeah.
dog.
Nope. That Omarion. Today's guest, a good friend of mine. I love him to death. Very funny. He's from the Bay Area. We've toured. We've done a bunch of cool shit together. Guys, nice round of applause. It's very funny. Chris Riggins.
What's up, everybody? Is there a camera? Oh, there's a camera. Hi.
Yeah, yeah.
What's up, everybody? How you doing?
Good, man. I'm good. You
Guys.
feels good to have you here. I know things have changed since last time we were on a podcast.
I know, right? You guys have got like professional studio now. Like last time was cool. We was at the
We were in a mansion. That shit was
Yeah, yeah. But there's
I
a dude,
always felt like the feds was gonna bust in, and
and they did eventually.
And it wasn't even about the weed. We would be the least in trouble people there. They'd be like, "Oh, you guys are just smoking weed." This guy right
Yeah,
here,
what is this guy
has underage women in the basement. What? We didn't know the place had a basement. So this is dope. I like this. It's very,
you know, Beverly
very,
Hills
very,
mansions and shit.
New Hollywood. It's very
Yeah,
New
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. There's no kids in the basement this
Hollywood. No
time.
kids in the basement. There ain't no potential kids in the building.
They're upstairs.
Yeah, yeah. We have them working on
They
our
get
merch.
to live upstairs. They make the T-shirts for American Apparel.
All right. That's so funny. You know, you ever see the billboard? You ever see the American Apparel billboards when they first came out? They always look like someone was like, it was like, you know, those like serial killer movies where they're like, the photographer was the serial killer the whole time, and they have like photos of like the chick like doing this, and then like the last picture is her realizing she's gonna get murdered. Those were all the American Apparel ads.
Yeah, they were very weird.
Yeah, extremely
I never bought
weird.
their clothes.
And then now, also best sweatshirts though. Not gonna lie, one of the most comfortable sweatshirts I've
Really?
ever worn. Yeah. And then they switched to like now it's Los Angeles Apparel or some shit like that. It's the same company. Yeah.
Okay, that's why I haven't seen
Yeah.
it.
And we're getting the cool billboards back. So hey. Anyways, welcome to the podcast. Our sponsors are we. All right, so we have some excellent new additions to the to the show. So these are SUMO snacks. I was actually really stoked to show you these because I know how much you love snacks. These are 10 milligram edibles, the whole bag, but they have different flavors. I threw you the Cool Ranch. JP's got the Salsa Verde. They've got fucking sweet cheese puffs that we murdered the past few episodes already.
How do you open this?
You gotta rip with your
You
teeth.
gotta rip with your teeth.
You gotta
man.
rip.
Yeah, or with a knife.
Oh, actually, you know what? Because I'm such a fucking stoner.
Oh, he's got a.
It's also
he's
matching
got
your
Fronto
shirt. That's
scissors.
great.
Right? It's actually kind of like, you know, hey guys, I will match your shit for a sponsorship. See, stoners always carry some shears.
Yeah, because you smoke like real tobacco leaf.
Yeah, I smoke Fronto leaf. I
Yeah.
love my Fronto leaf. It's probably the best thing I've smoked on since I started smoking.
I remember we were in the Bay Area, and the first time you pulled out a Fronto leaf, they're huge, right? And I was so high, I thought you started unrolling a dreadlock.
He did. He was like, "Is that your hair?"
For real.
Why is it so wide?
King Fronto.
Bro, it was like.
Yeah, I could done that, right?
But you gotta understand, it was like 11:30 at night. It was after a
We were
show.
fucking-
We had opened up for Dave at
PUFFCO's,
yeah,
we was
and we
eating
were just
animals.
fucking high as shit. And then you
up.
whipped that out, and I was like, because I saw it at the corner of my eye. I was like, what is that?
Because it was so so
It was long.
big. It was like, well, because when you see somebody pull out a package this big, you're not expecting them to unfold a full fucking tree. So like people are always like, what the hell? That's why I started rolling them at home and putting them in like.
What's the weirdest
good to
something
goes?
someone said when you've pulled that out besides my dreadlock comment?
Oh, people like it's weird. People thought it was skin. They was like, is that a skin? Like, are you rolling like pig skin or something like that? Because, you know, dogs eat pig ears. I'm like, pig skin wouldn't burn. It's too fatty.
You're like, we've thought about it.
It's too fatty.
You talking pork rinds?
You fry your weed.
People are just weirded out by it because they don't realize that they don't understand that backwoods is kind of supposed to be like that. They're used to the processed version of it. So it's kind of like when when you bake a cake from scratch.
Yeah.
People are like, you made this from scratch. How did you do that? Eggs and flour, bitch. Like, you know what I mean? So it gets a weird reaction, but I love them. They taste great.
Yeah. I stopped smoking blunts and backwoods just because it was too hard on my fucking throat. And then every once in a while I'll have a backwood, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot
How
this
wonderful
is why.
it can be.
I don't do
How
that.
But no, also how wonderful it would be. You're like, oh yeah, I forgot the nicotine is actually kind of
Well,
we're not promoting
And it's
fucking tobacco.
Don't smoke tobacco.
It's a nootropic. So like if you're fucking gaming and shit, dude, and then you smoke a backwood at the end of the night, you're back on, bro. Yo, I put 500 milligrams of syrup into my G Fuel last night.
Oh
yeah, bro.
my God.
I'm a gamer.
Is that why we got the win?
That's why we got that fucking win, dog.
Yeah, we play video games too much. All right, so we also have these hi-fi hops. You were talking about these earlier.
This is good.
These are really good. I love these small little, these reverbs. Nice little 10 milligrams.
This is adult flavored.
Mm-hmm.
It's like adult flavored beverage because it doesn't really have like sweet. It's not sour. It's just kind of like this is what adult life tastes like, motherfucker. It tastes like nothing.
I've been really into this kick of like I've stopped drinking, and I know you don't drink anymore, right?
Nope.
Yeah, you've gone
3 years in May.
Yeah, you've gone sober.
California sober.
And also, like, what do you think? How do you feel? Because I've been getting my family trying to get them to stop drinking as much and really getting into weed. You know what I mean? Because they was like, weed's gonna ruin your life. I was like, well, don't you guys all have DUIs? I'm the only one who doesn't, so maybe we should listen to me.
Let's reevaluate this.
Yeah. But how much has edibles and shit like that, especially like having to deal with like the need to drink, how does that help?
Well, the funny thing is, like, when I was going through my recovery program, one of the things that me and my counselor used to disagree about was cannabis use until I started bringing him literature on cannabis and its healing effects and how it can actually I think there was a study at the time I was going through recovery about it deterring people from using harder drugs. And so when he noticed that, he's smoking weed, but guess what? He hasn't used cocaine, he hasn't drank, he's not doing the craving thing like a lot of the people do because they are available for us 24 hours. And when you're recovering, it's like anything, you go through these moments where you feel like you need it so bad, and so it's good to have someone to call. But marijuana just kind of like takes that craving away. Like literally, if I ever felt the need to really drink, smoke a blunt, and then you're too high to go get drunk.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's something. And edibles help me too because like I don't really fuck with edibles right now. Like now because I'm 3 years free of alcohol, I'm not really having the craving like that. But because of the sugar and a lot of edibles and the medication in it, it was perfect. Because with alcohol, that's what you're craving, that sugar. It's that sugar that gets into your body as your body processes that alcohol that makes you want to drink again. That dehydrates you. That's what makes alcohol so fun and so terrible at the same time.
Yeah. How long were you in recovery for?
I did a year recovery program.
And the program was like
outpatient, drug testing, weekly drug tests.
Ooh.
Which you don't think it's that bad till you sitting there pissing and there's a dude watching you pee. You're like, oh, this is what drugs leads to. Like that that should be what they should show kids.
As opposed to like, drugs. Hey man, you do a lot of drugs, dude's gonna have to watch you piss.
You're gonna have dudes watching you pee.
But he's making sure you're okay.
I mean, like, not watching you from behind, but making sure you're not pulling pee out of somewhere else and putting it into this cup. Make sure it's going to
There's a lot of splash there. What's going on?
So that's a little quiet ass piss. How your piss so quiet? Because you squeezing out a condom, sir?
You got a decibel meter?
Oh my dude, it's kind of like you're like, okay, I don't want to have to do this another year, so let me just get clean, so I don't have to pee in front of people no more.
Well, hell yeah. Do you do concentrates? Do you dab often?
I try it.
Well, yeah.
I only do it with you.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
Frank, you are the only person. This is the only person that can hand me a PUFFCO without any questions. I will take it and hit it. He's the only person I trust because he knows I don't dab. He knows I'm not a dabber, so he's not going to be like trying to give me that God dab where I'm like,
Oh yeah, I should probably set the light to
Turn the
blue.
temp
No, I'm
down.
just kidding. All right,
Probably turn it down.
I'm excited to have you. Let's get into it.
do
So
it.
this first one, it's just an easy.
so I just hold
Just
the button.
no, you just double
Twice.
tap.
There you go. And when it
And
buzzes
then when it
again,
buzzes, you can hit it. So wait. There you go. Wait. When it buzzes, it'll hit. Yeah, hold it straight. There you go.
Okay.
Frank, dude.
That's what I'm saying. There's so much. It's so
It's like,
many
bro, if we
instructions
took
to smoke.
45 seconds before the show just to like,
No.
Walk
This is
them
all the.
through
This is the fun part. This is what Puffco's like. This is what
this is
we
what they
wanna
love to see.
This is what we want to see. Frank
this is
very
future
badly
smoking.
explaining how to use our product.
This is what they were afraid of in Stanley Kubrick's 19. This is what Soylent Green was afraid of.
But if I
that's
want a
funny.
shirt with what's it called fuck, what was the Stanley Kubrick movie where they're in space? Space Odyssey 2001.
Yes.
I really said that. Where they're like bowing down to the monolith. That'd be that, but just this, and I'd just be like,
Yeah. No, kind of. This is kind of like, you know. Dun, dun,
dun. I don't know the rest of this. There we go. That's
dun,
it.
dun.
Dun 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 dun. Yeah.
And somebody, it could be the coughs, you know.
Yeah. I love this podcast.
Okay.
Missed it for sure. Good to be back.
Now I gotta clear it.
No, you. I mean, you don't have to clear it.
Okay,
but
no, so
we
old
will respect
stoner
you
rules.
unless
So
you do.
bong rules do not apply to Puffcos.
I mean, they do.
I
yeah.
strongly disagree.
Yeah. You do have to finish your milk,
Okay.
but yeah. And then you can just set it down.
It just doesn't stop. You know?
Yeah, but it also just doesn't stop. You can still keep hitting it if you want.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so it's gonna keep doing. Okay, 'cause
You-
I was gonna keep doing that to not look like a bitch.
no. That's the
But-
thing is, we're going through 3 rounds of rosin, so you'll get the nice little taste.
Different flavors.
Yeah.
flavor is that? That is
These are- We'll jump into it right now.
That one's the modified grape buckets.
You know what? A lot of people come with modified grape on the flower side too. It's making a comeback. Actually, I have some flour that's modified grape and Bacciato, or what's it called?
Baccio gelato.
Yes.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Round 1.
No, yeah, that one's in it's modified grapes and grease monkey. So it really does have a lot of those grease monkey terps off rips, a lot of that really piney
Yeah.
kind of flavor, and then the GMO that's actually in the modified grapes, I feel really does kind of help it like linger in your mouth after you're exhaling. You're still going to taste a lot of that pine for
yeah.
probably the next few minutes, honestly.
GMO with modified grapes. That's
GMO is in modified grapes. It's a
GMO
purple.
is in modified.
It's purple punch and
the
GMO.
modified. Okay.
JP's an encyclopedia.
Because when I hear GMO, you know, I'm thinking garlic, mushroom, onions. So
Totally.
I'm thinking like you put that with grapes. That sounds.
Yeah, no, I think for me, like a lot of people, one, we're seeing it a lot more in hash because of the yield. Like it's producing a lot more like hash out of it. But also, too, for me, people are mixing stuff and like it changes the mouthfeel and taste of a lot of things because GMO like lingers in your mouth like citrus does. So if you mix that in there with that, like next thing you know, whatever you're mixing the flavor with coats your mouth and you're tasting it longer.
I fucking love JP, man. JP's like my
Like,
favorite.
it's
It's because it's always like we was always like, you know, talk. JP's always just kind of quiet and he laughs, and then it'll just be like, what is this? And then JP will like, and then
fucking
just
glasses
5
on.
minutes of just like knowledge you've never known.
But that makes the podcast dope.
It's
actually, because
great.
and this is what we need to get federally legalized. Is that we
Absolutely.
need educated people to make it sound less like a drug and more like, you know, some scientific medicine.
Real on it, like real, like legit shit, which is great. And
Good shit.
and that's why I like this podcast, because one day I feel like it really is gonna blow up. It'll be federally legal. They'll replace us with white people, and then this podcast will finally be successful.
I mean, here's the thing. if you go to drinking podcasts, it's just dudes screaming, slurring, and saying stupid shit. Whereas when you come to a weed podcast, you're gonna get some funny shit. Then you get educated, and it's win-win.
Yeah, this
you know?
isn't fresh and fit. This is fresh and high.
Right. Oh God, no. I love all women here.
Yeah, we love all women.
Every single one of you.
You know what's so funny? There, you saw that video, that picture they put up of it was like women, like the thicker mannequins, and they sort of. I was just like, yeah, man, that's my kind of girl. You know what I mean? Like I was like that. I love that. You know what I mean? Like I'm all about it.
Most of the women we've dated probably look like those mannequins more than the other mannequins.
I've dated a few skinny chicks, and you know, we love all women here.
No, I know what you mean. You know this? Okay, when I've dated my first skinnier woman, it was a little weird because I was used to a lot more weight and heat. I don't mean like that. You know what I mean. But it's body mass and density is different, all right?
We're about to be on the Fresh and Fit podcast.
The issue that me and her had, because I really like her. I really thought she was dope. You know what I'm saying? The issue is she always thinks I want someone bigger. She's always like,
that's so
like,
funny.
You just want a big girl. I'm like, and the big girl, like, you just want someone small. I'm like, I just want pussy. Like, I don't care where it comes from.
I had a friend like that. He was dating a girl that was, you know, very skinny, and then, but he liked bigger women, right? You know, it was always kind of his thing. And then, yeah, she would just like be very like insecure. She was like, you just want a bigger chick.
I mean, yes, I do. But I got you now, and I'm with you, so I want you now. Like, it's like okay, I prefer to eat Wendy's burgers, right? That's what I like. I like Wendy's burgers because they square, they got the best seasoning, they cook them the best, they look the most like real meat. But every now and then, I need a Whopper. So
sometimes you want a double quarter pounder.
Sometimes you just want a double quarter pounder.
I was always like a chubby kind of kid too. So like even growing up, like skinny chicks, like not a lot of skinny chicks ever like. I feel like was trying to pursue me or liked me. You know what I mean?
Big girls like short dudes.
I think big girls like funny.
They like funny and they like short dudes.
Yeah.
They like I feel like a lot of big women like the fact that I'm like the same size or smaller than them, so it's not a threat. It's like they ain't never got to worry about me tossing them around the house when I get mad. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna never be he's gonna have an Ike Turner moment on me because it's like, nah, girl, you heavy. I can't throw you.
You know who I find so attractive, and this is something that I've definitely like, where I've had to like sit down and be like, I had to like think about myself. Like there's some like I started going on the Explore page, and there's like fitness TikTok where there's like women who just bodybuild. I'm so into chicks that are just ripped and that could possibly beat the shit out of me.
Honestly, I feel you on that.
I don't know what it is.
It's kind of like it's kind of like women liking Bad Boys type thing. You know, you kind of want that fear. Like, here's what it is for me. This is why I've always had like crushes on chicks from Brooklyn and New York with that have that real tough, because it's just something when they say something to you, it's like, are we fighting a fucking, like she just, like, they be on you, be like, yo, you look, yo son, this pussy ain't about to fuck itself. Like, hey, I'm on my way. I'm sorry, I was slacking, but you know, it's just, I think the fear sometimes, like, cause it's men, it's like, you know, the apex predator thing. It's kind of like, ain't nobody hunting us down. Ain't nobody out here trying to kidnap us and throw us in a van and drug us. So, you know, I think just to have that fear.
White people, but
white people, but not sexually.
Not sexually.
No one's trying to sexually do it to us. So, like, if you
like
got a woman that can grab you by your throat and pick you off your feet a little bit, just get you on your tippy toes.
You're like, I'm so turned on.
That might do it for you.
You hear the bell ding, you're like, yes, we've got 3 more rounds.
Especially if you're with somebody that's super sweet and super nice. Sometimes.
Oh, yeah. What's the safe word? Tap out.
And
we went on a crazy tangent.
That's why we shouldn't date with me.
Oh.
Yo, Frank, is there a food you think you could eat faster than a dog?
Is there a food I could eat faster than a dog?
Yeah, man.
That's
If
hilarious.
you and a dog one-on-one, is there a food you think that you
yeah, I think anything that's handheld, so like pizza or like burgers.
Nope.
No?
Grapes.
Ooh. Bro, grapes will kill a dog.
Grapes are the only thing.
How
that
dare
you?
you?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I know I can eat that faster than a dog.
You'll just outlast the dog?
I can outlast. Well, no. Here's the thing. Dogs can't really pick up grapes on the ground with their mouth. Like, if you watch a dog try to pick up a grape, they'll drop it 1,000,000 times. You actually have to give it to them. So all I'm going to do is throw the grape on the ground.
So almonds or like peanuts, something small?
Something small that they can't pick up with their mouth.
That's interesting. Yeah, because I was
their kibble was small.
Oh, that's true.
But it's in a big clump, so they just dig in.
It's in a
but
bowl.
if it's one little kibble,
piece.
one little kibble, watch your dog struggle over that one little kibble. I didn't know grapes kill dogs. That was new to me.
Yeah.
You're like, I think I killed a lot of dogs.
It's grapes and
I need a
onions.
phone
dog.
call right
Wait.
Hey,
Why
kids,
do grapes
don't kill the dogs.
It's poison, whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's grapes and onions.
Wait, which kind of grapes?
What kind of onions?
Just any grapes.
Any grapes?
Any onions, fool. What the fuck?
Wait, onions will kill dogs too?
Yeah, grapes and onions are like poisonous to
dog
dogs.
is
Bro,
Gangster.
how? No wonder Italians don't have dogs.
Actually, I don't know. I'm hearing you say this, and I'm thinking maybe my dog is abnormal because this bitch eats
This
grapes and
motherfucker
onions,
loves
and
onions.
she is not dead. She is I took her to the vet. They said she's really healthy. Like I'm like,
they're like, you got this dog gonna die of onions?
I think what it is because like I think maybe purebreds because I know my dog's a mutt, so she eats shit. So I'm pretty sure an onion's not gonna kill her. Like I don't know. I think a mutt has better.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, purebreds are bitches.
Yeah.
Like they like you know.
You sneeze on them, they'll
my
fucking
friend
die.
Carmen, she's like, I want to get a dog, and I'm like, don't get a purebred because the
They
motherfuckers
cost more and then they die eventually.
and they got fucking medical issues. Like they're actually like kids. Like they're literally like, and they're worse than kids because a kid will outgrow
You don't want a
some
purebred
shit.
kid, dog. You don't want a purebred kid.
A purebred kid is like the only child that was planned. They planned the child. They was like, oh, we're gonna have
Oh
a
my
child
God.
in 9 months, and his name will be Madison.
Yeah, dude. Planned kids are a lot more weirder than unplanned kids.
Yeah, accidental kids are the best.
Accidental
We're all
kids are the
accidents
best.
sitting here, and look how cool we are.
Yeah. You
I
ever see
know
the-
I'm accident.
I know a few planned kids that I graduated high school with, and those guys are living happy, complacent lives.
Yeah, happy, complacent. There's no thrill. You don't have a thrill in life unless you might die.
Yeah.
Like from COVID or not paying your rent and have to sleep outside. You don't really get real until you have flaws and shit.
Yeah. What time are we at? Just so I know.
30 minutes.
Perfect. We should do another flavor,
Totally. Yeah,
or have we gone through?
we can do one more question if you want.
Oh, let's do one more question. Then
Totally.
We'll go to the next.
Yeah, who's got a tighter 15, Chris? Mac Dre or Biggie?
In comedy?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Let's see.
I think Mac Dre.
I would say Dre too because he. No, actually, no. I take that back.
You think Biggie's
Actually, have you watched that documentary about Big?
No.
Big was actually really fucking funny. Like, actually, there's the funny thing is a lot of people that tell me stories that I know in the industry of him say he was actually really fucking funny. Like he was a roaster. Like he would have had a great roast set. I think if we're talking like for our
Stand-up?
level of comedy and stand up, I would definitely say Mac Dre because I feel like he's more comedic. But I feel like if we want to have like a roast battle,
Biggie Smalls, absolutely. But I think if you put Mac Dre on stage for like 15 minutes just off top, he would hold his own.
I think he would. But honestly, here's the thing. I think that New York dry wit would come through 15 minutes. I would see Mac Dre better in a 5-minute skit than I would like to see in 15 minutes stand on stage.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, Mac Dre got like, because there's certain comics who were like, you put them in a 5-minute set and no one can,
Yeah.
But then you start putting them 25, 30, 35.
You give them long, you realize, oh, this is why. Oh,
This
God,
is why, yeah.
you're annoying after 10 minutes. I know we've all sat there and done that. Like, oh God, no, this is terrible. How much longer do you have? I think the dry wit of New York, Brooklyn kid with Jamaican roots will probably be a lot funnier for 15 minutes than a act out sort of I don't know, what would you say? Act out. What was Mac Dre? I guess
like
animated character, like character actor. Like, he'd be much
He's very
better
much a
than-
Jeremiah Watkins, but like, black.
Yeah.
That was a big.
I'm not taking any I don't want no comedy beef in these streets, Jeremiah. Jeremiah's a sweet kid. I love him.
No, I love Jeremiah Watkins.
Frank was
You're
actually
right.
just talking about
That was a great compliment.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know these days.
Jeremiah gonna be like,
This nigga called me Mac Dre.
Jeremiah said, Frank said I'm like the Mac
Nigga said
Dre
I'm the Mac
comedy.
Dre of comedy. That's right, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah's like, who's Mac Dre?
I would know. I feel like more white kids know Mac Dre than black kids.
Really? Oh, I think.
I mean, in the Bay for sure.
In the Bay for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like this. I just feel like white people still buy rap music. I just hear it. I don't know if I buy it. I think I just hear it. It just happens.
That's actually pretty. That's great because like I've like Moses is a big hip hop guy and stuff. Whereas like Moses we'll talk about it. Like he'll be like, have you heard that? Have you heard that? Whereas like definitely a Luke Schwartz or like someone who's like a white kid that loves hip hop is like,
you buy that new-
I went and bought that new album. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like also because I know so many rappers that are famous and non-famous that I always hear rap music synonymously because, you know, the non-famous ones want you to listen to their shit a million times and the famous ones want you to listen to their shit a million times. So between hearing them play their own shit to me all the time, I do hear all this shit because I want to hear something else when I get away from them. So I just play whatever the fuck is on the radio. It's weird because, like, I've listened to the local radio now and it's completely different. Is it still on? Do I need to tap it twice?
Double tap when you're ready.
Yeah, bro, I miss Bay Area radio, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the channels, bro. I used to slap Live 105 every day.
Yep. 94.
Every day, bro. Yeah.
Live 105. I listen to Live 105 now because KMEL's insufferable.
Yeah, I remember I grew up with Wild 94.9.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Wild when I was a kid, it was Wild 107.
Yeah. Yeah.
107.1. Yeah.
Oh my God.
God, Bay Area shit. Yeah. Speaking of Bay Area shit, we'll get into this second round, and then I wanted to ask you about. So we're leading up to Super Bowls. We're gonna be doing a lot of football stuff. But you used to work for. You said you had some wild football stories.
I used to work. Oh, it's not ready. Sorry. I used to work in the parking lot for the Raiders during their tailgate time. So you see fans like it's funny because like they get there at 5 in the morning.
Mexicans.
No, everybody. I was Raider fans. Let's just be like this: poor people.
Yeah.
So they show up at like 6 in the morning, already cooking, drinking, smoking, mostly drinking.
Oh yeah.
And they're lined up outside the gates. They come in. All right, I don't know if you remember that movie with Nicole Kidman and Tom Cruise called Far and Away. And it was a movie about the Irish coming here.
By the way,
don't say I know this fucking scene, all right?
By the way,
people.
How do you know this movie?
Because you know how you be up late watching HBO and you fall asleep and you wake up and there's a movie on and now you're up. So you're just watching this movie. So I'm watching this movie. And there's a scene where they're settling land in America and they say, all right, y'all, just run out there and grab your shit. Just run out there. Just everybody's run out there and grab. And that's what it's like at the beginning of a Raider tailgate party at 5 in the morning. Just a bunch of RVs, fucking lowrider trucks, pickup trucks. Like, because Raider fans, here's the thing about being a Raider fan. I will applaud the Raiders for bringing the different versions of America together. Because Raider fans have fans that go from the dirt poor all the way to the super wealthy rich.
Absolutely.
And all of them converge on the Oakland Coliseum parking lot before they moved. And they would all harmoniously live and exist until LA Raider fans showed up.
Yeah. The LA Raider fans and the Bay Area Raider fans, two different kinds of Raider fans.
The Oakland Raider fans are like, you know, hey guys, go Raiders. Oh, fuck your team. Come get a rib, bro. Hey, that's no big deal. LA Raider fans like, go Raiders, fuck your team. Yeah, fuck your team. I said fuck your team. Like that like it was it's like every game, no doubt around. Like, okay, so the way it's set up is a lot of people that come to tailgates don't really have tickets to the game. They come to tailgate. They come to party and chill, and then at the beginning of the game, either they go to someone's RV who's watching the game, or they go home. And it never fails. About halftime of that game, there's a LA Raider fan walking through the parking lot, bloodied face, can't find his car, and he's drunk. And then you're like, "Sir, can I help you?" Fuck away from it. It's just it's fun because it's also you're dealing with this law enforcement fight that goes on because there's the Alameda County Sheriff Department which patrols the north side of the parking lot. Because if you ever been to Oakland Coliseum, there's two sides, and it sits in the middle. There's the north side and the south side. The north side of the parking lot is where you get your season ticket holders, and that's the Alameda County Sheriff, and usually that's where you get your families and people that are not necessarily Raider fans but coming to tailgate, A's fans that like the Raiders come. That's where they all go. The other side, the south side, is where you get the OPD patrolling. Now, this is the side where you get your East Oakland Raider fans, straight up blood, cuz, you know, and your LA Raider fans have a small section over on that side. They are designated to this section. Like, they have been told by Oakland police, if you guys park anywhere other than here, we will tow you and arrest you and send you back to LA. We're not playing with you guys because that's how crazy they are.
Yeah.
And it's literally like two different sides. So on one side, you got the Alameda County Sheriff, and it's like, you know, it's like clean barbecue grill. There's like we're having asparagus. There's vegetables.
They got lemon on the grill.
They have a spread. The tablecloth it's a tablecloth. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, their jerseys are clean. They're sitting there drinking
got the
White
tags on them
Claw.
still.
They're wine. They're having a good time. The kids are running around throwing the football. You know, there's X-Raiders out there signing autographs. It's an amazing sight. Then you go to the South Side.
And there's my family.
That's when it gets a little treacherous. That's when, you know, you driving around on your parking lot golf cart and you get golf cart jacked by some LA Raider fan who want to drive to the other side and confront some other dude who said something to him last game, and then you got to deal with that. And that's where you get your homemade barbecue grills, you know, your trash pits with the grill on it. You know, you get your more, you know, your Bud Light, your Hennessy. You know, they playing rap music a little louder. It's Bonda music. It's kind of like the hood. It's definitely like the hood. And the police don't like each other, so it's a weird standoff between when you're trying to get to like this. Fools will be running from the OPD and trying to get to the Alameda County Sheriff's side because the Alameda County ain't chasing nobody. They ain't chasing nobody.
We're safe here.
No, I'm sorry. Screw that. I'm sorry. I got to it. The Oakland side, because the OPD was out there. They didn't care. OPD is out there smoking. They drinking. They don't care.
They got their own grill set.
They're like the OPD. Like they'll be watching you get your ass beat, and they won't do shit until it's over and come over and be like, you all right? Like that's the OPD side. Whereas the Alameda County Sheriff, they don't play. They ain't got no time for no. If I'm out in the parking lot, I'm trying to get people to park a certain place because of the spacing, and I say something, do say we ain't doing that. I just go like this. Alameda County Sheriff comes. You're out of here. Wow. Car gone, you're towed, you're arrested all night. And he tells them, do not mess with my employees in this parking lot. OPD, they don't care. You can get shot, stabbed, killed, kidnapped. They don't care.
Take your shirt off, give it to another kid. You're like, you are now working.
It's a dichotomy of America. It's just really like, you know, it's kind of like sunny on one side and the rain clouds on the other. It's like, you know, the silver is on this side, the black is on this side. You know what I mean? Like that's how it is. We got the people who actually come to watch football and the people who actually come to act like asses. And I mean, it's fun. It's fun, you know, until you're in the middle of it and you're just
trying to get someone to park.
Like, and I'm talking like these people would show up, like you show up at 6 a.m., right? Somebody will always try to show up at like 10 a.m. and drive through the whole thing. Now, mind you, by 10 a.m., all the little pathways are full of people in tents and barbecue pits.
They're still trying to just go through.
That's when the most fights happen.
Of course.
Because somebody's trying to drive through.
And honking at everybody.
And somebody's like, bruh, why are you late? You should just park your car out there on the outskirts where everybody just has cars and then walked over here. But no, you want to park right next to your family who's parked right here. We parked here for 30 seasons and I got to be next to my family. Like, bruh, it's not that serious.
Show up on time.
Yeah, you should show up on time, you know, and don't call the OPD for help.
They will hurt you.
They're not going to. Did I take a hit? I'm taking a hit.
Round 2.
Oh, yeah. What's this one we're smoking on?
This round is going to be a pink lemonade. This one, actually, I'm a really big fan of.
Double tap.
It's definitely going to have a lot of that kind of lemon citrus. It's purple kush and lemon skunk. I have a lot of that lemon citrus, but it's very candied. And I also noticed, like, almost on the exhale, the lemon becomes more orangey, almost.
Tangy.
Very interesting. Yeah, very similar. And then I noticed that the same one with the last dab, it really does kind of linger. I actually took a dab of this one before the show, and I still kind of have some orange citrus pink lemonade notes in my mouth.
Wait, I don't know if it's ready.
But it's like a light citrus, and like I said, very lemony off rip, but then kind of goes to a more kind of funky orange as you finish.
It's really smooth. Like the other one felt like when I hit it, it felt like it was a lot harder. This one definitely has a little bit smoother pull to it.
And both of these are brought to us by
Punch Extracts.
Punch Extracts.
My good homies.
Punch Extract. If it was the 90s, that's how they would advertise.
They also hooked us up
Hell yeah,
with
straight up.
Punch Extract.
A bunch of wrestlers.
They hooked us up with some rockets, so I got those in there.
Oh, yeah.
And those chocolates are really good. There's an assortment of flavors, but those malt balls. Try one of those malt balls.
Where are the malt balls?
The tube.
Tubes.
The two. Oh, I thought that was a pre-roll.
I crushed 100 milligrams off the top of the show.
Oh yeah, I didn't do that.
I had a tube of malt balls, and then I had ABX makes these 200 milligram single caps, and I had
Toss
one
me,
of those.
toss me that one.
Boom. All right, what's this? Cookies and cream.
Oh, who do you think's gonna make it to the Super Bowl?
I haven't watched. Okay, I'm one of those black people that started boycotting football when Kaepernick got blackballed. So I really was like, at first it was just performative. Yeah. I didn't give a fuck. But now I really do because I just see like, you know, how the NFL's fucked up. So I haven't really watched. But from what I've heard, from the heathens, it seems to me as if the Raiders have a chance to actually make it to the Super Bowl this year because not every team is as strong because of COVID and all these other things, extraordinary circumstances that have happened.
Who knew it would take a pandemic for the Raiders to finally get a chance?
Go Rona!
You know who's getting an MVP trophy this year? Corona.
Who's in the playoffs anyway?
I mean, I know the big upset was going to be. I don't know if you saw the last game. I stopped watching sports because I stopped working at a bar, but I'll still like read up on it. I'm always fascinated by like weird rules and weird like standings and stuff. So I think it was the Rams versus the Raiders, right? And the way it was is if they both, Chargers. Well, yeah, Rams versus the Raiders versus the Chargers, and it was like if they both won, or if they tied, they that's what the win was. If they both tied, they knocked out the Steelers.
But do they both get in if they tie?
Yeah. So that was the crazy thing was like if they had tied, they would have fucking knocked the Steelers out. Which shit like that always blows my mind. Where it's like
they're so lucky my petty ass don't coach because I'd have went to the other coach. I'm like, coach, look, it's a win-win. Let's just tie this shit up.
The Steelers.
Tie this shit up. Fuck them niggas.
Fuck them niggas. You saw what they did with the football two years ago.
I'm just saying we can do that. Like, I know we can do that.
Someone's banging trash cans. You're like, that's the wrong sport.
You realize if I was a coach, how much I actually, no, I take it back because I'd have probably got in trouble for making a bet on it because I would have bet on it. I'd be like, they'd be like, sir, are you betting on the tie? Sir, no one bets on the tie. I know. What's the odds on that?
I like prop bets, like those stupid, ridiculous bets. That's the shit that I love the most about Super Bowl.
Like,
those are my favorite. So like everyone's always like, who's gonna win? Blah blah, most yards, all the shit. Prop bets are like, what color are the refs' shoes? Like, is it gonna be heads or tails the first? Like when they do the top, like shit. What color's the Gatorade when it gets poured on the coach? Like shit like that. I love.
But those are the ones you put like $10 in, you win $1,500.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's so like out of
ridiculous. Yeah. So I think getting ready for the Super Bowl, we're gonna do that, but with edibles. So we're gonna do do prop bets and then for edibles. If you're down, you can win some.
Know who's in. Like I'll probably end up watching the Super Bowl just because.
Well, since we don't know who's in it, we'll do prop bets, and I think prop bets is easier because then it's like we can get prop bets now.
Well, is Tom Brady in the playoffs?
Yeah, right now they're playing today against the Bills for a
Wait, Tom Brady's still around?
Yeah,
no,
man.
I'm just fucking.
Yo, I'm fucking tripping. They're playing tomorrow against the Eagles. The Patriots are playing the Bills today. Tom Brady's on the Bucs now.
So if Tom Brady's still in the playoffs, he's always a high probability for win.
He kisses his kid on the mouth.
Well, I mean,
it's called love, Frank.
What it is called refs love Tom Brady. So they
refs
will not
do
allow
love Tom
him
Brady.
to lose.
Create rules for him, Doc.
Yeah, they literally like that. As a Raider fan, I literally hope everything he does fails.
Does anyone else think it's weird that he? I keep bringing it up. Does anyone else think it's weird that he kisses his kid in the mouth?
Wait, how old is his kid?
Under 10? I'm pointing to the sound guy like he knows.
I kiss my youngest. My youngest daughter kisses me on the mouth. But she's 11. I don't know. I think it's just kind of been on the relationship. I don't know if it's necessarily weird.
I think it's.
Were you kissed a lot as a kid?
I was kissed a lot as a kid, but like cheeks or stuff. It was never like on the mouth.
9, 12, and 14.
You probably had the most adorable cheeks as a kid.
I had very adorable cheeks as a kid.
Maybe you just didn't have.
Maybe it's just that it's Tom Brady that I'm like.
Like I'm sorry if Tom Brady was your dad. Wouldn't you want to make out with him a little bit too?
Nah, man. Because if Tom Brady was my dad, I still wouldn't be a
kisses Giselle Bundchen. Fuck, I'm kissing this dude. I'm kissing this fucking guy. This is fucking championship walking. This guy's a fucking winner. I'm kissing him. I just want some of that charm to come off on me. Like if I'm kissing Tom Brady as my dad, I'm gonna be better than him.
Wait, culturally, do Italians kiss each other on the mouth? I know. I was just You know, you're the only one that's not high, so I just and there's also a computer in front of you.
I think America's the only place where men are freaked out by.
Right? Is it cheeks? It's cheeks.
I think America's really the only place that men are really freaked about kissing other men anywhere. You know, like it. I've seen other countries where dudes really kiss each other on the lips, like, "Hey, what's up?" And it's like then they go fuck the finest broads, and I'm like,
yeah, absolutely. I guess that's the thing is, you know, what I mean, if I was fucking like Giselle or whatever the fuck, I'd be like, yeah, I'm kissing everybody on the fucking mouth.
Fuck yeah,
You know what I
kiss
mean? They're
me
like,
on the
is
mouth. Come
Frank
here,
gay?
come here.
They're like, nah, man, he's really secure.
like if everybody's kissing me on the lips. Come here, give me a kiss. Mr. President, it's a pleasure to meet you. Come here,
Yo,
give me a kiss.
Frank just started kissing everybody on the mouth. Yeah, have you seen his wife? She's fucking
Everybody wants to
hot
kiss
as
her.
shit now.
Well, it's like this. Like, you know, I got my fingernails painted, right? And dudes are always like, oh, yeah. But all the chicks are like, I love your nails.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
love it. Oh,
That
yeah.
was the
Whoa,
thing
whoa,
in
whoa,
high
whoa.
school.
Like, yeah, of course
I
you do.
remember everyone used to call one of those dudes at my high school just a bunch of dumb derogatory gay slurs because he would always like, he wore like chick jeans because he liked the way they're skinny.
Yeah.
And just he had style and he had like, you know, painted his nails and stuff. And all the dudes would always make fun of him and shit in like groups, but he was always surrounded by
Was
women.
fucking they bitch.
And he was fucking a lot. And he was the guy who was fucking a lot in high school. And he had a lot of chicks.
No, I found that out from there was this dude in high school who we all thought was gay. We had just thought he was gay. He played. It was seen him a couple months ago, married, wife, kids, still mad flamboyant. But then he was like, truthfully, I've just become more flamboyant over the years. But when I was in high school, I realized I could spend the night at girls' houses if they dad thought I was gay. I was like, you
He's like, dog,
motherfucker.
he's like, bro, I'll be sucking on lollipops all the time.
He said, and girls, he said it would always be cool, and the girls would not figure it out until they'd be like trying to hook him up with their gay friend, their real gay friend, and the gay friend be like, he's not gay.
Yeah. They're like, nah, I
The
ain't
gay
gay.
friend be
He's
like, he's
so
not gay. He likes you.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, what? No, he's not gay. Like
He's smart.
He's.
That's so fun. One of my friends from high school in the Bay Area, he came out recently and he was like, you know, baseball, sports, all this is very masculine. And I was so surprised, but I was also so happy because I was like, yo, I didn't expect it from him, so I knew it had to be such a big thing. Because if I wasn't expecting it, then like, so, you know.
Think about it. Being an athlete is the best place for a gay dude to really hide out because you get to really kind of do all your little gay stuff you like with a bunch of dudes, and none of them may even know it because you're sitting there showering. You're like, ha ha, yeah. Oh, you know, you've been working out.
There was so one of the dudes. It was so funny when because I saw him post about being gay, and I was like, I'm so proud of you. I'm so stoked. Like I'm so happy, right? And his husband's fucking super gorgeous too. And I was like, this motherfucker.
And you got a fine husband, like,
Yeah,
fuck.
but he was like, you know, if you want to make a joke about it, I get it. I was like, no, I would never make a joke about that and how beautiful that is. I was like, I would absolutely make a joke about the dude who was gay in high school, who wasn't gay at the time, but he asked me who I thought the hottest chick was in school, and I told him, and I was like, I got a huge crush on like this chick, and he was like, oh, okay. And then like 2 weeks later, he started dating her, and then like 3 years ago, I looked online and he's like, I'm gay now, and I was like, this motherfucker. It's like this.
Playing games, bro.
I was like, I am an ally, except his ally. No, I'm happy as fuck,
that's
bro.
logical. Like,
But that shit made me laugh so hard.
No, that's logical. It's like I have a joke where I talk about like when I say Black Lives Matter, I don't mean all these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Some of these niggas, I ain't talking about all y'all. There's a couple of y'all. If y'all get shot by the police, I'm gonna go ahead and assume you was probably doing something. You was probably in the wrong, and that cop was doing his job.
That's so funny. It was
I
just
don't
like,
want you to get shot by the police, but I'm not coming to your riot. That's
it's
all
like
I'm saying. Not-
that's actually such a funny point of view where it was just like the idea of like if my cousin got in trouble by the cops and stuff, and it was just kind of like, hey man, I'll always ride for you, but you know what I mean? Like if it was like, you know, what were you selling? You know what I mean?
That's why, I guess maybe that's why I'm such an independent person, because I very much feel like even with my own kids, I'm going to ask questions before I jump to everybody's defense. Like, what
You're
did
like,
they,
I know
what did
my
they
kids.
do? Like, let me know the whole scenario before we just start having backs. Because, like, I get it. We supposed to have back. We family, blah, blah, blah. We supposed to get each other. But come on. Y'all, everybody's not on the
Federal?
level.
No.
Wait, you did what?
Did you have to
look.
go back and hit him in the face?
Can y'all not shoot him? Could you just pistol whip him? Like, I'm not against y'all being mad at him. I understand why you want to kill this motherfucker. I would want to do it too,
Oh, my
but
God.
I gotta tell his mom. So it'd be nice if y'all wouldn't kill him, so I could just, like, you know, teach him a lesson, but let me not be involved because like I'm not Frank. I'm not fighting for people like that.
You're like I'm 34.
I'm not
Shit
fighting
hurts.
for you. I'm 43 years. I'm not fighting for people. Even if it's not physical, I'm just not fighting for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just like no.
Dude, fucking who was it? You know Ron Taylor?
Yes.
He was one of my favorite. I remember it was the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, and this is why I love comedy. It was like the height of the Black Lives Matter movement, and then it was also like, I think like it was a big something has the Me Too movement was happening too, and Ron Taylor goes up on stage and he's just kind of like, you know, I realize lately he was like, I'm sorry, white women. He goes, I realized lately that you know, I really only have room to care about 3 things. And he was like, and I'm black, so that takes up at least the first 2.
Right?
And, bro, I was dying laughing so hard. And it was so funny because one, the situation and everything, but also just to see the audience. But also, I love seeing comics' rationalizations for things, even if it's like not how he fully, truly believes it, but it was just like, just to have that thought and it's such
it was so funny. I do the
thing.
joke and I talk about I'm not as woke as I look, but I do support causes that directly benefit me. So I talk about like, yeah, I support women's rights and all that shit because I like pussy. And the women, like, at first they're like, yeah, support women's rights. Like, yeah. And I'm like, y'all can break that glass ceiling, but somebody got to suck this dick, too. Like, they were quiet. I was like, see, I told you I'm not as woke as I look. You think I'm going to be all on your side, but if it doesn't benefit me, like, I just don't have the capacity to really kind of care. Like,
there was it was, oh God, that was a joke that I was working on about, and I hadn't done it, but it was the same vein. It was just kind of like, it's just the capacity of Karen.
the capacity.
Oh, no, that and about how like poor people and people from like most people from like what the industry thing is like minorities and stuff. It was like most of those people aren't PC at their core because of the situation they've been put in and the trauma and stuff, and also they just don't like. The case point, you know, my sister's disabled, right? And when she was born premature, right? But we still called her like Thumbelina and like weird, like funny nicknames. But it was just, we thought they were adorable and stuff. But if you're anyone else, you're like, you called her what? You called a small disabled child pipsqueak?
Look,
it was like,
we
yeah.
kept her. Like, it's not like, like what actions speak louder than words. We kept her. We didn't keep her in a basement locked away and shit. We kept her with the family.
She's great.
Look at her brother. He fucking wrestles with her. It's fucking great. Shut the fuck up. Let people like
But yeah, no, it's so funny because it's so true too. Because like when I've hung out with them, even Hannah and Melina, like they say the most wildest shit, and it's hysterical to me.
Well, there's family dynamic. There's family language, and then there's like, you know, language, public language.
Yeah.
Like I know between us, there's family language. We can talk and say things, but I know when the outside dynamic comes in, we gonna edit. We're gonna be like, but at the same time, I just don't like when people come and judge. Like, you know, it's like, you know, we called her Pipsqueak and Thumbelina because that's how we love people.
Yeah.
Like I tell people all the time, if I don't fuck with you, I don't love you.
And that's the thing that makes me laugh whenever I go on stage and I tell those jokes about like my sister and stuff, and then people don't laugh and they're like, oh, and I'm like, you don't realize you're not laughing at me. You're not laughing at a real thing that is happening. You know what I mean? Like this, so like you're not laughing at the thing you guys like, you know, the thing that you guys are championing. So it's just performative.
Yeah, it's just like you're only laughing because you don't want people to know how terrible a person you are.
Yeah. Well, no, you're not laughing because you don't want people. Yeah, but if you laugh, anytime someone laughs at the shit about my sister, I'm like, you're my fucking kind of people.
Yeah,
you're like real people. You
because
get it.
They know you're making fun of your sister. It's not like you. I saw this girl who was disabled, and let me tell you some jokes about that. That's like, whoa, dude. What does she do? Like, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it's like I'm making fun of myself and making fun of everything else. It's very funny to see people.
Well, that's
like
what I found out
weird.
in comedy. If you have to make fun of yourself almost sometimes because a crowd really wants to see you kind of like put yourself in your place. You know what I mean?
It's your public flogging.
And it's like, you know, it's one of those things where if you can make fun of yourself, then people are more willing to allow you to make fun of them.
Other things, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I've noticed sometimes I'll go into a crowd and I'll start roasting somebody and I see in their eyes they're like, so I'll flip it back on myself real quick. Like, oh man, don't say no. I mean, I'm talking
like,
about look at me, I got man titties, you know. And then they're like, oh, okay. And then I go back to look, you ugly motherfucker. You know, it's like you have to. It's a balance.
Yeah.
You know, you have to like give people a little bit of humility. People do not like to see people fully succeed.
No.
That's why people do not like certain people.
Is that 5 or 10? Oh, okay, perfect.
That's why people
What are we
hate
on?
Oprah.
Boom. We still have this round and then another flavor.
Oh, okay. Let's do. Let's just jump to the
Do
next
another
round.
flavor, yeah.
Let's do the next round. Let's get it. I like that last one. That last one was really good.
Yeah, I like that. It's like one of my favorite sativas. I don't love like Jack Herrera, like some of those super like kind of like focused or like kind of stimulating sativas. I like more of that kind of like super fruity, almost candy, and it has like that like euphoric feeling, but no like really anxiety associated with it.
Oh, see, that's one thing with sativa. I get super anxious with it, and I start remembering how horrible my life is.
Yeah, and you're like, holy fuck, can't stop
Sativa's
thinking about
great
shit.
weed if you want to get your shit together. But it's like not gonna help you do shit to get your shit together. It's just gonna make you get in your
Worry
head
about
and
it.
like, God, get my shit together. Wow.
He was explaining to me that some like if you have ADHD, some sativas really help.
And some sativas will trigger your shit even worse.
Yeah, no, I have a friend who she has ADHD, and we used to have this strain called Red Congolese. It's a landrace strain, and it's super focused. It's super stimulating physically, and it's honestly not the most anxious. But because of that physical stimulation and that focus, almost like an Adderall, like it helps line up her ADHD, and she started tapering her Adderall down.
That's real, because like you can't really do a sativa dominant hybrid in that situation, because what happens is the hybrid just kind of like cancels it out.
It's Michelle Stoney.
Yeah. So you just get high. You don't really get in that real sativa mindset. But that's why the Durban Poisons and the Red Congolese, because like my people over at Gold Seal SF, they make a beautiful
homies.
Red
Yeah, yeah.
Congolese. Their shit is amazing, and it's like you smoke it, and it does give you that different focus as opposed to that like where you're focusing on your thoughts. You're more focusing on your task. Because that's my issue with sativa. It puts you in your mind, and you start focusing on all these negative thoughts that you don't want to think about. God, I'm not doing enough with my life. I'm high on the sativa and I'm still on the couch. What's wrong with me?
For me, it makes me like super like I was like, did I lock the door? And it's like I'll do that hours later, and I'll sit there just all day long, and that's like it's the worst for me.
Yeah, I've done that.
Craziest anxieties come out of nowhere.
What's this one?
This one's gonna be a good old classic, baby. One of my favorites, Gelato 41. It's gonna be Sunset Sherbet and Thin Mint cookies, but it's gonna be that classic kind of Bay Area cookies gas, and then you're gonna get some kind of sweet creaminess coming from that Sunset
I
Sherbet.
feel like I'm at a burner show
Yeah,
right
this
now.
is literally this is close to my heart. One of my favorites. It definitely became popular in the last few years. Flavor and potency, color as well in the actual flower. It's got a beautiful, beautiful purple with these orange hairs.
Yeah, this should definitely make you fizz face.
Hands down one of my favorite strains. I love gelato. Always have. Gelato, GMO, like those super funky flavors.
We're dying.
To the mood.
Shit. Wow. Well, what were we doing?
Yeah, that's pretty much this whole podcast.
And that's enough.
I'll pound this.
Frank, the NFL was expanding to Mexico. They need a team
New
name.
Mexico?
No, Mexico.
Oh.
They need a team, a mascot, and colors.
Raiders Cowboy combination team.
Oh man, this is tough. Because it's like, do you go cultural? Do you go? Are the Americans making the
No.
fucking team? Because if the Americans are making the team,
You don't go cultural.
because
Yeah,
if the Americans are making the team, you're
NFL.
getting like a Redskins kind of fucking name. You know what I mean? Like if it's like they're not
just
gonna
need
be
to-
like we're expanding to
The
Mexico. You
sombreros.
know what? We're gonna
What city?
no, it's gonna be the fucking.
They just need to
or
find
some-
whatever city, whatever the
a
popular
Keros.
bird, and go with it.
Exactly. If it's like Mexico gets to pick the mascot and the team, then it's like something cultural, something like from their heritage, something like respectable, like the fucking
It won't be a person.
cactus bird thing. You know what I mean? Like it would be like something that you ever
Yeah.
you know the I'm you know the Mexican seal or the flag
Yeah.
where it's
with the eagle and all
the
that.
eagle
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
snake, because that's I think it was the Mayans or the Aztecs. I can't remember. I'm fucking up. Anyways, it was one
You
of
should
those.
know this, Frank.
I should know this. My
That's
mom
the
is
looks.
having a heart attack right now, where she in the kitchen, wherever she's at.
She's like, oh,
She's like, "What's going on?
no.
Oh, he's fucking up the story."
y'all.
But that was the old legend was when they see that, that's where they know to found their city, Mexico City. All right. I'm pretty sure I fucking ruined everything.
Well, I mean, they could probably base it on one of those football teams.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It would be something like that where it's like, the fucking cactus snakes, and it'd be like a fucking dude in a cactus, and he's like swinging a snake. Maybe he's like trying to beat off a bird,
All those terms were so sexual. Cactus man swinging a snake, beating off a bird. That porn.
It's just a cactus holding a snake beating off a bird. It's ridiculous that brands sponsor this podcast.
We appreciate you very much.
We appreciate it. Thank you, PUFFCO. Thank you, Punchedibles. Thank you, Punch Extracts. Thank you,
Thank
Sumo
you,
Snacks. Thank
Absolute
you, HIFI
Extracts.
Hops.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Cannabis.
Absolute Extracts.
We should just thank Cannabis.
Thank Cannabis. Thank you, everybody.
Pot.
Thank you.
Anything you want to plug before we get this last
actually,
question
I
out?
do. I actually do. I have an album that is actually coming out. It's not
Fuck yeah,
I'm
man.
not like recording some shit, and like it's actually recorded, mixed, artwork's done. It's coming out. It's called my fifth first album. It's a lot. My fifth first album is basically because I have recorded more than 5, but I'll say 5 just because it sounded cool. But multiple albums that have been recorded, produced,
And
that
never put out.
Never saw it. I recorded one with Talib. Guy lost the footage, lost the thing. I recorded one with a band. The sound quality wasn't good enough to put out. Just all kinds of little things that happened. And so finally I hooked up with Blonde Medicine. They're a great comedy label. Shout out my man Dale Benny. Basically, they have a good roster of comedians with great comedy. So we recorded it, mixed it. It's all good. So it's coming out on March 4th, but I'll be dropping some hints of it
Hell yeah, dude.
coming out in February, and I'm sending you a copy. So I'm sending you guys a copy.
Fuck yeah, man.
All right, dope. Are we perfect? Thank you so much, JP.
Thank you, bro.
Thank
Love
you so
dog.
much. I know this one got a little off the rails because I started getting high and just started talking.
Started
This is
panicking.
family.
We really fuck. This was fun.
This is Bay Area family.
This
one.
turned
We
into
had to
buddies real quick.
practice.
Thank you so much.